Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today, you may see on the thumbnail, and I'm making this video. I'm just like, this is just very disgusting, but it's not as disgusting as things like Yummy Mitsurugi and even Canine Mitsurugi because there has been a bridge figured out there, and it's just I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, that's just absolutely disgusting, and these cards should never be existing. And the fact that these engines, these decks, these archetypes just don't have any locks in them whatsoever. And I'm not gonna act like I'm not diving into the Mitsurugi hype myself because like there's a very big chance that this combo might not exist when these Dark Magician cards are finally into the TCG, because it doesn't seem like we're getting these cards by 2025 and by the end of 2025. And I really do hope that we do get these cards somewhat in the beginning of 2026, because that would just be um like life full of wonders in the Dark Magician community. So yeah, by the time that these cards would come out, ban list would hit, and hopefully Konami just does hit these Mitsurugi cards in a way. But if not, this is something that you can possibly look into by the time these Dark Magician cards are legal in the TCG. So before we get into it, shout outs to Steve Trifanowski over here, because he won YCS Lima and he made top 8 at YCS Anaheim with Yummy Mitsurugi, with a little help from a little birdie. And it's that little birdie today is going to be showing up here, because this is that card is the reason why how I'm able to bridge the Dark Magician cards into the Mitsurugi cards as well. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So if you guys do not recognize this whatsoever, a couple months ago when Duelist Advance came out, I was on the Miracle Raven hype train. I figured out the combo, how to basically get you into your Magician of Black Chaos Max. And then Miasma Necromancer got confirmed, and that was just ended up being the better way to just bridge into the Magician of Black Chaos Max lock. But that doesn't mean that the little birdie needs to be left out. The little birdie is still here, and it just gets you into a much stronger engine than just having a simple monster effect lockout for your opponent. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? So we have ourselves a little 3-card combo over here: Illusion of Chaos, Readying of Rights, and we have ourselves just a random card over here. So let's just show you how this works, right? So we're gonna activate ourselves the Readying of Rights over here in order to add ourselves the Miracle Raven, and then we're gonna get ourselves a token over here. This token just can't this token cannot be used for anything going into the extra deck or anything like that. Let me read it real quick. Get yourself a offering token. While I control that token, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. So this token is going to be here, but obviously it's not going to stay here for long, blocking us out of the extra deck. Hey, you may be thinking, what about using like any of the Nouvelle cards or anything like that? The thing about that is the fact that I haven't really figured out how to use the Nouvelle cards in here yet, and is also the fact that the Nouvelle cards is going to be using up my normal summon, and the same thing goes with the Diviner as well. I do need my normal summon, and you may be thinking once again, you can use Miasma, but here's the thing. The Illusion of Chaos can only get me either the Magician's Rod or the Magician's Souls, which the Magician's Souls can help special summon itself, absolutely, but I'm also going to need a way to get into either the Dark Magician Destruction or hard open up the Magician's Souls as well, the Magician's Rod. So I would just link to the Miasma, get an extra normal summon, blah blah blah. That's just too much to think about right now, but this is just definitely something that is just much simpler. Just get straight to the point, everything like that. So we're gonna activate ourselves the Miracle Raven. Activate that Miracle Raven to tribute a token as ritual material in order to summon ourselves the Miracle Raven over here. Then we're gonna activate ourselves the Illusion of Chaos in order to add ourselves the Magician's Rod, and we're not putting back the Illusion of Chaos. We're gonna be putting back the preparation. We're putting it in the bottom just because our deck is just already has the whole combo ready and everything like that. So it would just go back in the top of deck for any of your informations. We're gonna normal summon the Magician's Rod over here. We're gonna search for ourselves a nice card known as Chaos Form, because Chaos Form is gonna be the card that helps us out here. Secrets of Dark Magic is a great card, everything like that. But it's the fact that Secrets of Dark Magic, you specifically need to use Dark Magician, and since we don't really have any access to Dark Magician right now, that card is offline. That we just can't we can't really consider that card right here right now. So Chaos Form, OG card coming right back to us. We're going to activate ourselves the Chaos Form over here in order to use the Miracle Raven as the full material due to what its effect says in order to ritual summon out the Illusion of Chaos. Then we're going to activate our Miracle Raven over here. Since it was used as ritual material, we're able to search our deck for any ritual monster whatsoever. And there you go. You got yourself an Amino Habakiri no Mitsurugi now, and basically you got your Dark Magician engine and you have your Mitsurugi engine. But we're not going to really go into our Mitsurugi engine just yet because of the fact that we're just able to go ahead and banish ourselves the Illusion of Chaos in order to get access to the Dark Magician Destruction since we activated a spell this turn. We're just going to put the Miracle Raven over here because it's supposed to be on top of the extra deck. But once again, the extra deck is already lined up for this combo over here. We're going to activate ourselves the Dark Magician Destruction to get ourselves access to the Gaze into Minds over here. And the search does depend on whatever else you have in hand. If you have like the Shining Star Dark Magician Girl, anything like that, you would search for Soul Servant, all that good stuff like that. But once again, we're just showing off what we got over here. And then we're just gonna put a simple little link summon over here for IP Masquerena. If you guys do have any other ideas like where you might take this certain combo to or anything like that, just let me know in the comments down below because like this is like the simplest way and that how I'm able to just get into everything and still show off the power of this deck for sure. So we're all set with all of our Dark Magician stuff over here. And now we're just gonna go into our Mitsurugi stuff. Habakiri, summons the Saji, tribute to Saji, activate the effect of the Saji in order to search for your ritual. Then we're going to activate our effect of the ritual in order to summon from the hand by sending the Mirakumo from your deck to the graveyard in order to ritual summon this. And then we're going to activate the effect of our Mirakumo over here in order to search our deck for the Mitsurugi Mirror. And then we're going to activate our Mitsurugi Mirror over here in order to ritual summon from our graveyard, which is really cool, which is really a cool thing about this card, by using the Habakiri on the board as material in order to summon ourselves the no Mirakumo, no Mitsurugi. And then we're going to activate our Habakiri over here in order to search our deck for a Mitsurugi Prayers. And we're going to special summon our Habakiri back since it was summoned properly by ritual summoning. And then this can be used for a couple things over here, right? You can use this for a simple link summon for SP Little Knight because SP Little Knight, you just need 2 effect monsters, which we're going to be using in this very situation over here. Other options in here as well is to basically, since these 2 are level 8, you can overlay these 2 to go into something like number 90 Galaxy Photon Lord in order to get access to an extra monster in the game, which is cool. I just don't have the card right now, so I really can't show that off. And there's also another card called Dynamondo in order to get access to the Mirakumo during your opponent's turn by distributing it. But with access to the Mitsurugi Prayers, we are able to activate only one of the effects if we're not tributing. So we would be able to activate the effect to take 800 damage to special summon a Mitsurugi monster from my hand or graveyard. So the Mitsurugi Prayers already does the job of just bringing back the Mirakumo. So once again, we're just going to use these 2 as a link summon to go into your SP Lodonheim to get yourself access to a little banish over here. And then we're just going to set yourselves 2 cards over here, and then we're just going to end things off right over here. Having access to both SP and IP is really cool because now you know that the IP Masquerena doesn't really need to be wasted in order to go into an SP Little Knight, where we can save that for something else. If you guys are familiar with my Dark Magician videos, then my Dark Magician combos that I have done, you should already know what this is. But if you guys don't, allow me to show you, right? So we're gonna go into our opponent's turn right over here. We used up 3 cards, so we should have access to 2 more cards in our hand over here. And this is going to be important because obviously one of our cards over here, we activate our Gaze into Minds over here in order to target the Dark Magician of Destruction in our graveyard. Since it's treated as Dark Magician in the graveyard, shuffle this back in order to get yourself access to the Red Eye Star Dragoon. Give me 1 second. There you go, because I didn't have that ready by then. Being able to just get instant access to a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon here is really good, and especially the fact that you would just basically use one Dragoon negate, and then we use your IP Masquerade over here to use these two as link material in order to go into your Celine. And especially the fact that we have been activating spells, we have access to our rituals and everything like that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells in the graveyard, and we are able to use three spell counters right away in order to go for our Dragoon. Since we already used one and it's a soft once per turn for the negate, we are able to just activate um we're just able to activate the Dragoon again, and then we are able to activate the Mitsurugi prayers in order to activate the effect to pay 800 in order to special summon a Mitsurugi monster. So we would just go for the Amino Mitsurugi to Raigeki our opponent's board, and it is also the fact that it's kind of a soft negate where your opponent has the ability to just discard a card in order to let their effect go through. But it does depend on like how are they playing through everything, right? Because we have the SP Banish, we have the two negates off of the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and then we are also going to be having the Mirakum over here to Raigeki your opponent's whole board. And then it depends on how much resources your opponent has left in their hand in order to do anything else. So there's a really high possibility that this negate would actually resolve instead of your opponent just discarding a card. Or if your opponent just discards a card, you are still in a point where you haven't used your Red Eyes Dark Dragoon negate yet. The second one. So that's also really cool there as well. So yeah, this is just something a little simple for you guys over here. The fact that you're just able to just play Mitsurugi in literally anything, and if you just put your little brain powers to it, get your little brain cells working a little bit, and just become a Trifgaming of Dark Magician like I am real quick, you are able to just bridge these two engines really easily together. I am going to be cooking up a little bit more of combos, and I'm going to see what else I can do with this Mitsurugi Dark Magician deck over here. So something simple for you guys, because I haven't given you guys any Dark Magician future combos in a while, because my last ones were GENESYS format. But now let's get back into what you guys are really here for, because I know you're here for the almighty combos with the new Dark Magician support. So thank you guys so much, guys. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and if you guys have any recommendations for a deck like this, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would really like to know. Even if this is a deck that might not see the light of day ever, because of timing for these Dark Magician cards coming out, and the fact that Mitsurugi cards might not be around much longer, especially when we're supposed to have like at least one more ban list by the end of the year. So yeah, let's see what happens. That's all that we can even ask for at this point. I kind of do hope these cards get hit. It's a little too powerful, to be honest with you. It really is. But thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I shall see ya in the next video. Peace.